and salutations, book lovers. My name is Samantha, and today we're doing the mid-year, what is this tag called? The mid-year book freakout tag. That's the tag we're doing. If I got that name wrong, I'm so sorry. I've seen this video going around for years on BookTube. I recently just watched Bree from Bree Hill do her video, and she just made me want to do this book tag. It was so funny because as I was watching her video though, I was like, dude, should I do the book tag? Because so many of her answers and like her book recommendations kind of matched with my favorite books and book recommendations. So it was just so funny. I feel like our tastes are so similar. Can we talk about Bree for a second? Can we just gush about her? Yes, I think we can. I just love Bree. She's one of those gems on BookTube. If you're not following her, which I'm sure you all are, I will leave her channel down below. First of all, she is gorgeous, like absolutely stunning. If I'm being completely honest, I might have a little bit of a girl crush on her. She's just amazing. I love her so much. She's one of those people that when you watch her, you feel like you could just have a cup of coffee with her and chat about books. She's just wonderful. She's super badass. She's a mom of 3, a veteran, like hello, gives the best book recommendations. If you're not following her, follow her and watch her tag. I'll link it all down below. I had to gush about her because I just watched her video, and every book that she was talking about, I have either loved or I immediately added to my TBR. What was I talking about? I went on a whole tangent. Yes, we are going to be doing the tag. I posted on Instagram asking you guys if you wanted me to just do the tag or if you guys like my more chatty videos. I've done a couple of videos where I do my makeup and like recreate a book cover as I do a book tag. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be recreating Lisa KLEYPAS's Mine Till Midnight, which is actually one of the books I talk about in this tag, so you'll see which question it goes to. But yes, we're going to be recreating this look, so a lot of blue, and we're just gonna have fun. I'm gonna chat about life. I really wanted to do my makeup and kind of chat about books. I'm filming this a day before my birthday. Well, I'll post this like probably the couple days after my birthday. My birthday is June 22nd. I'm a Cancer. If you believe in astrology, I kind of do, I kind of don't. Makeup just makes me really happy, and books makes me really happy, so I love when I can combine them. If you are just here for the bookish content, that is totally okay. I have a bunch of other content that you can watch. I'll link some videos down below. Yeah, we're gonna get started because I blabbed a ton in this video. And yeah, I'm just gonna skip to me doing my makeup and answering some book questions. So I hope you enjoy. Hi, hello, how are you? I have no makeup on. I was going to put on foundation and concealer and brows and the whole shebang and just do eyeshadow, but then I thought, this is real life. This is me even with my breakouts, so I'm gonna come on here with my bare face and my crazy hair. Listen, I don't know what's going on with my hair, but this is how you guys are gonna see it now from now on, because I can't wear my hair down. It's too hot and my hair is uncontrollable. Okay, wow, way too much. Let's just jump right in. I'm gonna put all of the books on the screen as I'm talking, just because I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I don't want to get the books dirty with makeup, foundation, and also I don't want to be holding the books while I'm doing my makeup. I mean, that would be like a challenge in itself, right? We're gonna use the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting Foundation. I'm in the shade F10. That's what that looks like. Okay, this isn't all about the makeup, Samantha. We gotta get to some questions. The first question is best book you've read so far in 2020, which is so difficult. I feel like I have just read such amazing books this year, truly. If I had to pick one book, I can't. I picked 2. So the first one is going to be Sugar Daddy by Lisa KLEYPAS. Something about her books just do it for me. I love her characters. I love her writing. And Sugar Daddy is part of her more like contemporary new adult series that I feel like doesn't get a ton of love on BookTube. But oh my gosh, I loved that first book so much. So Sugar Daddy is not what it sounds like. It is not a girl who has a sugar daddy. It has one of my favorite female characters, and it has one of my favorite tropes, which is a love triangle. Find yourself rooting for honestly both of the guys, and the person that she picks at the end was just, it was such a satisfying ending. You follow Liberty, who comes from a really poor town, I think in Texas. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she lives in Texas. She's had to grow up a lot quicker than most girls her age because a tragedy happens in her family and she's left having to care for her younger sister. And then you sort of just follow her life story and the two loves of her life. You have her childhood sweetheart, and then you also have a guy who shows up later in her life and sort of shows her a life that she's been missing and brings a lot of questions and answers to her past. I do wear a lot more makeup for these videos because I'm taking it like strictly for pictures, so just keep that in mind while I cake this makeup on. I do not wear this much makeup in real life. And if I did, that would be fine too. We are still on the first question. I'm sorry. Okay, the second book that I picked was How to Love a Duke in 10 Days by Miss Kerrigan Byrne. I have talked about this book so much. Historical romance, obviously. Kerrigan Byrne writes historical romances so well, and a lot of her books feature more sensitive topics. Like this book in particular discovers sexual assault, and it's done in a way that really is difficult to read, but I feel like it's really well done and you get to know and feel for your characters. Like this book definitely made me cry. I loved our main characters. So good. This book follows our main character who has quite a troubled past. She has quite a bit of secrets that she's running from. Her family is very poor, so she knows that she has to marry someone wealthy in order to cover her family's debt and also to be able to hide from the secrets of her past. They decide to have like a marriage of convenience so that he can have an heir, she can have some money, and I just love their chemistry. I love our male character with our heroine. He's so sweet with her. When he finds out that she's been sexually assaulted, he really takes the time to show her that, you know, being intimate can be pleasurable for her and that she has nothing to be scared of when she's with him. And it's just such a good book, and there is like a little bit of a twist at the end that had me like my head exploding, and I just enjoyed it. It was very fast paced. I was totally intrigued the entire time. And How to Love a Duke in 10 Days, I'm like, I had to like really point in my brush at you guys because I really need you to read this book. How to Love a Duke in 10 Days features a scarred hero, which I know a lot of you love. So bam. The second question is best sequel you've read so far in 2020, and that has to be Ravensong by TJ Klune. I filmed an entire video reading the Green Creek series, which I will link down below if you're interested. Ravensong was my favorite out of that entire series. This series follows a bunch of werewolves in this city called Green Creek. My camera stopped recording and I am so sad. I was literally just talking about books and applying my blush. I apply a ton of blush because it makes me happy. But I don't remember where I left off. I'm so sorry. My camera cut off on me. I know I was talking about Ravensong. I love Ravensong so much is because it features Gordo, who is like this grumpy character who is also really lovable. So he's like a grumpy teddy bear. He's a witch. The entire Green Creek series is a male-male romance. This one in particular features a second chance romance and fated mates, and it is so angsty. Our main characters met when they were younger teenagers, I believe. They knew they were fated mates, they loved each other, or they fell in love with each other, and then a lot happened that kind of tore them apart. There's this supernatural war going on that tore them apart, and now they're coming back as adults to find their way back to each other, and they're also trying to find like their home and their pack, and it's just beautiful. A witch and a werewolf. Could you ask for more? I don't think so. Question while we do our eyeshadow. I can't do my brows on camera, so we'll probably do those off camera. I'm gonna do some blue eyeshadow. Do you guys like my cup? My boss gave it to me. We were talking about like our favorite Disney soundtrack, and I said Mulan was my favorite, and she got me this cup, and it's so beautiful. This question is a new release you haven't read yet but want to. So much. Pretty much like all the books on my TBR. Brie talked about The Trouble with Hating You in her video, and she just convinced me to buy it and read it. So I bought it off of Amazon, and I'm just waiting for it to come in to read it. And that book sounds amazing. I think it's like a hate to love romance. I'm also really excited to read Sea of Ruin by Pam Goodwin. It is a historical romance, and from what I've read and seen like reviews on, it's like a dark, forbidden historical romance that features pirates, I believe. Yeah, pirates. Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers talked about this book, and she said that she really liked it. So yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about this book, and I'm really excited to read it because I'm getting more and more into historical romance, like for sure. That's all I ever want to read. So I really want to read The Switch by Beth O'Leary. Beth O'Leary wrote The Flatshare, which got a lot of buzz last year. I even think it was like on the Goodreads Choice Awards. I don't think it won, but I know that a lot of people loved it, and I really liked it. Like, I haven't heard anything about it. The Flatshare was so buzzed about last year, and I haven't heard anyone review The Switch, and that kind of makes me nervous. Like, is it not good? I don't know. So yeah, I do want to read that, but it's not like a top priority. Question number 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of 2020, which again, so many books. First one is All Scott and Bothered by Miss Kerrigan Byrne, my historical romance queen. You guys know I love her. And Lacey just read this book in one of her most recent videos. It was like old historical romance versus new historical romance, and she raved about this book. She said it had a grumpy Scott, which is all I need to hear. Another book I am so excited about, like I cannot contain my excitement, is Brother Song by Mr. TJ Klune. I am so excited for this book. I believe it comes out in October or maybe September. I'm not sure, but not soon enough, basically. It's the 4th and final book in the Green Creek series, and it follows Carter's story. Is it Carter? Yeah, Carter's story. I have loved every single one of these books. They're all male-male romances that are super angsty, and they're just amazing. So this follows Carter and Gavin's, I think his name is Gavin. Gavin's romance. I literally cannot contain my excitement. As soon as this book is available, I'm gonna get my hands on it, and I'll probably film a reading blog. Next question is biggest disappointment, and that has to be The Alpha's Warlock by Elliot Grayson. This book. I do not DNF books. I am the type of person who, once I start a book, I have to finish it. I always feel like I need to read the full book in order to give it a proper rating. And I always feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm going to miss something. Maybe the ending is really great. I just feel left out if I DNF a book. Like, I need to know what happens, even if I don't care about the characters. I know that sounds really strange, but I don't DNF books. This book, I got through 40% of, and I had to stop. It was terrible. I bought this book because it has a fated mates trope, and it has a warlock and a werewolf, and it follows their angsty hate to love romance, which is exactly the premise for Ravensong by TJ Klune, which was one of my favorite books. And I picked up this book right afterwards because I was just like really wanting another werewolf book. It's a male-male romance, and it's all the things that I love and adore, and I basically wanted it to be like Ravensong 2.0, and it wasn't. It was bad. It was so bad. 40% into the book, had no idea what the point of the book was. We're supposed to be following like the warlock. This is not a spoiler, but the warlock basically gets like kidnapped, and his magic is used against him in the beginning, and he goes to this like werewolf compound to seek refuge. And 40% into the book, you have absolutely no idea who did it. You have no idea like why they did it. Just no purpose to the book. Okay, I didn't like it. It was on Kindle Unlimited. Don't read it. The book that was a really big disappointment was Fires of Winter by Miss Johanna Lindsey. I filmed a whole video on why I didn't like this book, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot here. I was really excited to read a bunch of Johanna Lindsey because everybody raves about her. She's an absolute classic historical romance author. She has such an extensive backlist, and I just had really high expectations for this book, and it failed me. I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. It was a Viking romance, and it featured our main character, Brenna, who basically her father made this arranged marriage deal to a Viking son, and the deal was that his daughter was going to marry their son, and that the Vikings weren't going to raid them, kind of like a peace deal. And the Vikings broke the deal, burned the town, and kidnapped all the women. Brenna becomes prisoner to our main character, Garrick, and it's just not my type of romance. Maybe I don't like dark romances. I had a problem when it came to this book was blurred consent, very dubious consent. The opening scene to the book is a rape scene where the woman is getting sexually assaulted, and not our main character. The woman is getting sexually assaulted, and when the guy gets caught, they're like, oh, you know, he'll just marry you. He'll become your husband now. And I'm like, really? Like, I just don't think they handled sexual assault and that whole topic very well. It kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I know a lot of people said that a lot of older historical romances are like that, and a lot of Viking romances are like that, because that's how Vikings were realistically. But I don't want to read that, and I have found so many amazing historical romances that don't have that, so this was just a major, major miss for me. And I read other Johanna Lindsay's in that video, and after that video, that I loved. So yeah, this book was just a major disappointment. So sad. Question is the biggest surprise that you've read this year? I'd probably have to give that to The Year We Fell from Space by A.S. King. I read that book, and I knew that A.S. King was a really popular author. Books and Law talks about her all the time. But I don't read a lot of middle grade. So when I started the book, I just wasn't sure how I would jive with it. It's middle grade. It follows our main character, Liberty. I think that's her name. Yeah, Liberty, who is going through a really difficult transitional time in her life. She's going to junior high. A lot of her friends that she was friends with in elementary school aren't her friends now. Hormones, people changing. And her parents are also getting a divorce. And on top of that, her dad suffers with mental illness, which she thinks is a part of why her parents got divorced. She's afraid that it might happen to her. I didn't expect to love this book because I haven't read a lot of middle grade, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Definitely want to read more middle grade. Definitely want to read more A.S. King. So that was a pleasant surprise. Another surprise was The One by John Mars. Oh, you scared me. Oh my God. Oh my God, you scared me.
And we were being really quiet.
As you were being so quiet, you scared me.
I'm so sorry we ruined your video.
You didn't. I can edit this out. Oh my God, you scared me. Oh my God, you scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
My mom and my sister like walked in to say goodnight, and they were trying to be so quiet because they knew I was filming, but they scared me so bad. Got your headphones. Thank you. See, she's such a good sister. She's sitting on my bed watching her tablet because she's not tired, and she brought her headphones so she doesn't make noise because she knows I'm filming. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about The One by John Mars. That was a super surprising book that I read this year, in the beginning of the year. I think I read it in like January. That was another recommendation from Books and Lala. I don't read any like thriller, horror, suspense. I don't read any of that because I'm a huge scaredy cat. There's nothing wrong with that genre, and if you read those books, that's totally fine. I know there's so many amazing books in that genre, but for me, I will have nightmares constantly if I read like one book. So yeah, I'm a big scaredy cat, as you guys could tell. I can't read it. It makes me scared. So I was very anxious going into this book, and I really liked it. It didn't give me nightmares. I mean, I was like looking over my shoulder a little bit, but it didn't give me nightmares. This book follows this dating app that is like this new technology where you find like the person that you're biologically meant to be with, like your true soulmate. So you send in like your DNA, and they match your DNA with thousands of other people, billions of other people, everyone in the world. And they find like your one true soulmate, and they match. It does have like a thriller, horror twist towards the end. You follow numerous different point of views. One of the point of views is of a serial killer, which is bizarre, but the audiobook was a full cast, so each point of view was a different narrator. It was amazing. Really, really loved it. I gave the book a 5 stars. So that was a huge surprise because I didn't expect to like a thriller, horror, suspense book because your girl is a scaredy cat. This question is your newest fictional crush. Cameron is my baby. I love him so much. Cameron from Mine Till Midnight by Miss Lisa KLEYPAS. Ugh! I love Cameron. I love him so much. I adore him. I know that everybody swoons over Sebastian from Devil in Winter, but I think Cameron might be my favorite hero in Lisa KLEYPAS books. This question is newest favorite character. Can I Can I pick Cameron again? I just love him. We'll pick someone else. I loved Liberty from Sugar Daddy. She was just one of my favorite characters. This was like one of the first times that I read a book where I connected to the female character so much. The way Liberty's personality is, the way she cares about her family, and about her little sister, like in particular. I'm very, very close to my little sister, and I just really felt that. So I love Liberty. I love who she chose in the end. I feel like she just made the right decision for her and her family, and she's a strong, independent character that I can just really root for, and I wish like all the series was about her because I could just read about her forever. I hate the way my eyeshadow turned out, like so much.
I like it.
Thank you. I'm gonna go see if I can fix this, and I'm gonna go do my brows off camera, and I will be right back. I am back. My makeup was a borderline disaster. I hated the way it came out, so I had to go off camera and fix it, and I'm just going to do some finishing touches. So let my hair down because it was looking really crazy. So I'm going to finish my makeup with you guys and talk about the rest of the questions. The question is book that made you cry. And I am a crier in books. I have mentioned this plenty of times before. And the book that I can really remember just crying, like ugly crying, is the entire Green Creek series by T.J. Klune, which I've talked about. And also Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Obviously, Song of Achilles is not a brand new book. I just read it this year. And it is a retelling of the story of Achilles. It's Greek mythology. Features a really beautiful male-male romance. And if you guys know anything about Greek mythology, you guys know it always ends in tragedy. And this was honestly no different. It was so sad if you know the real stories of Achilles. And oh my god, that book made me cry so much. And what made me cry so much is the story is not told in Achilles' perspective, but it's told in Patroclus's perspective, who, when the boys first meet, they become best friends, they become confidants, and then they sort of grow to love each other and trust each other, and their love is so beautiful. And the ending just broke me, completely broke me. Oh my god, I'm like crying thinking about it. Wow. We need to move on from this question. But yeah, those are the two books that definitely made me cry. That made me happy. Oh my gosh, romance in general makes me really happy, but I think the book that made me super happy was Devil in Winter by Lisa Kleypas. I loved Sebastian so much, laughed so much in that book, and that book just made me ridiculously happy. The lipstick that I'm using is a lipstick I've used in like all these videos. It's Max Angel. It just works so good. I love this. It's like a frosty pink. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is the final look. Let me move this mirror. I haven't even drinking any of my water. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. I'm done. I don't think I can fix my makeup any more than this, so we're done. Let's do the last question, which is most beautiful book. And I'm definitely someone who buys books because of the cover. I'm definitely that type of person. So I have so many beautiful books, but I have to give it to my step backs. This is the year of step backs for me. I'm obsessed with historical romances, specifically because I just love buying pretty covers with step backs. One of my favorites is Somewhere I'll Find You by Lisa Kleypas. I love this cover because it has like this lacy detailing, this curved scallop edges, which is so beautiful. And then you flip it over and you get this gorgeous step back. Give it to me. Lush, sensual, seductive. Love it. Awesome. But I also really love Amanda Quick's step backs. I have a couple of her books, and her step backs are like the most epic. Like, if I know I've mentioned this one before, but like, look at this one, guys. This is the most epic step back you will ever see. So much going on here. We have a pirate. We have a beautiful heroine. We have a knife fight. We have a burning boat in the background. We have a lover's embrace. We have like these children. Oh, so much. This is Amanda Quick's Deception. And then her other step back that's really epic is Rendezvous, and it looks like this. I just love like the multiple people step back. We have our heroine, we have our hero, I'm assuming. We have a lover's embrace, just so much going on, and I love it. I think the last question is like books you would want to read before the end of the year. I have so many. I have a never-ending TBR list. The books I talk about in my most anticipated reads, like Brother Song by TJ Klune, Sea of Ruin by Pam Goodwin, Scott and Bothered by Kerrigan Byrne. I would really, really love to get to the entire Ravenel series by Lisa KLEYPAS. I finished the Wallflower series, and I finished whatever series this called that Cam is in. I finished a lot of her books, but Lisa KLEYPAS has such an extensive backlist that I really want to finish all of her books. I know that sounds really ambitious, but I want to finish all of her books that she has out right now by the end of the year. At the very least, I want to finish her Ravenel series. So I have a lot of reading to do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a bit of a mess, but thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy. Please do this book tag. If you're watching, I tag you. Let me know if you do the book tag so I can go watch your video and like and comment and all that fun stuff. So yes, let's chat about books in the comments. Okay, that's all I had to say. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!